There are things we spend our whole lives chasing without realizing they were always close enough to touch. A perfect crust doesn't come from secrets or shortcuts. It comes from flour on your hands, time passing quietly, heat, patience, mistake you don't throw away. This is Pizza alla Pala, born from simple kitchens, not stages. Made to be shared, not perfected. I spent years looking for greatness in techniques, in numbers, in rules. But sometimes greatness lives in what you already have at home and the decision to care just a little more than yesterday. This isn't about making pizza. It's about listening to dough as it changes, trusting the process, and remembering why we started baking in the first place. Let's look for that crust.